Welcome into your Course to Retirement with Ron Courser, CFP of Cornerstone Retirement Partners, Grand Rapids, your resource for financial investment and retirement planning advice and guidance. Ron, always a pleasure to have you here on the program.
Nice to be here, and I want to welcome everybody to today's program. I'm Ron Courser with Cornerstone Retirement Partners. You can reach us at 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or on our website, www.cornerstone- it's a dash, not an underscore, -rp.com. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. You'll be able to access today's program and all the other programs that we put together on a radio show and blogs. A lot of great information out there. I know that sounds like I'm bragging, but it really is good information. So if you're interested in a variety of topics, go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. You can access the information there. If you have a specific question, you can put your information in there and we'll reach out to you, or you can call me, Ron Courser, at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. Well, we got through Thanksgiving. I had a bunch of turkey, and I don't know if the turkey's the best part or the gravy's the best part, because I ate a lot of each, and it was good. It was one of those situations where after I got done eating, I thought, I think I did too much. But then I thought, you know what? That's the blessing of living in a country like America where there is food, and it's a good thing. So we're getting close now to Christmas, aren't we? And it's a holiday season. There's a lot of stuff coming at all of us. Some of it's fun. You know, I enjoy buying gifts for my grandchildren. And people say, well, how do you do it? And I just say, well, I generally buy things for them that I'd like to play with. And, you know, hopefully they'll like it. And generally they do. The biggest problem I have is probably with my children as parents, because, for example, I bought some swords for a couple of my grandchildren, my granddaughters, and the parents didn't quite like that, but the kids loved it, man. They were sword fighting all day long on Christmas Day last year. So I guess you have to be careful as parents what we do with our grandchildren, but I just like to spoil them, tell them I love them, buy them stuff that they like, and go forward from there. So why am I talking about that? Because we're in a time period now where there's a lot of things that are taking up space in our brain, a lot of which doesn't have to do with our money, our finances, or our retirement plan. But today I want to spend a little time talking about really the two biggest issues we have in retirement planning. And it's not so much as the market going up or down. It's not so much as, oh my goodness, what's the government going to do? Although all those things are important. It really gets down to two things. What's the biggest risk, and how do we deal with it? So if we could just do about a 10,000-foot view of retirement planning, when we meet people for the first time or when we do reviews with our clients, it's always about, well, where are we today with our retirement investment plan, our income plan, and all of that? Do we need to make changes? Does the government, new rule coming out of the government, require us to do something? Those are all important things to talk about and to deal with, particularly if you're a new client of Cornerstone Retirement Partners. We take that very seriously. But the overarching biggest question is, what's the biggest risk I have in planning for my retirement, or if I'm in retirement? And the biggest risk is not specifically all those things we think about. The biggest risk is something called longevity. The biggest risk is living a long time in retirement. It's called longevity. Why is it a risk? Because it's a risk by itself that we may live so long that obviously it's possible to run out of money. Now, I've never had a client, I've never had anybody who's run out of money. But I have met a lot of people who have come to our firm that have had a terrible experience in the market or some other catastrophic event has really eaten away at their life savings in retirement. And they have to do something they didn't ever plan to do, and that's cut back. Cut back on how much they spend, cut back on what they do, cut back on where they go. It's a sad thing to see that they've been forced to do it. So why do I say longevity is the biggest risk? because we see a lot of people that come to our firm from other firms that their planning horizon has been, well, if I can make it to 80, I'm going to be happy. If I can make, because I hear this sometimes, nobody in my family's lasted past 74. And my response after just listening and understanding why they're saying it is to say, you know what? God may let you live a little longer than you planned. He may let you live a little longer than, the rest of members of your family. So why would you plan to live only to be 77 and you get to 77 and my goodness, you spent all your money? So longevity, living a long time, is the biggest risk in our retirement future. And what else it is, it's the biggest risk to all the other risks we face. It's a multiplier of risk. Let me put it to you this way. The longer we live, the more likely we will experience kind of bad markets, good markets, and some really bad markets, like a 2008, a 2022 when the market was down 19%, a 2001 to 2003 when the market went down 51%. Those things do happen. They don't happen every day, but man, when they do, it's a terrible experience and it really costs us a lot of money. The other part that happens is if we live long enough, we're probably going to have some health issues. I mean, I joke with our clients and I say, one of the first things we talk about, isn't it, when we come together? How you doing? Well, I'm doing fine, but I got this ache and this is what the doctor's telling me. We end up spending the first 10 minutes of our conversation comparing what the doctors told us and what's the next surgery we're going to have and what kind of new parts are we going to get. All of that extends our life expectancy. All of that extends the chance that we're going to live longer than we think. So longevity is an incredibly big risk in our planning. And it's something that we really encourage all of our clients to take seriously. And well, how do we take it seriously? Let's plan on you living to be 95. How's that for being serious? Let's see if we can create an investment plan or an income plan that takes into consideration all the risks, good markets, bad markets, good health, bad health, life, death, other kinds of things going on, long-term care issues. Let's put that all together to make sure that we have a plan in place that will work if God lets you live to be 95. How would that sound? To me, that sounds pretty good. A lot of people say, yeah, I'd like that. So that's the point of view that we take, is that longevity, living a long time, is a big risk in and of itself, but it's a multiplier of other risks. So how do we deal with it? What's the secret? Well, let's stop for a second. If what I've already said to you has kind of got your interest, give me a call, Ron Corser at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or go to our website, Cornerstone Retirement Partners. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your name and information in there. We'll reach out to you and help you get some good information on whatever questions you have so you can make really good decisions for your family. So longevity is the biggest risk. If that's the biggest risk, what's the biggest cure? Because one follows the other. Well, the biggest cure is to have an income plan in writing in retirement that will work no matter what happens. Living a long time, good health, bad health, life, death, medical issues, long-term care, those kinds of things. Having an income plan that will give you the money you need every day, every month, every year, increase for a little bit in inflation so that your lifestyle doesn't change. Think of it this way. There's two ways to look at all the money that you've saved. One is to say, well, I got to have a rate of return that's as good as the market or better. And I understand that. And hopefully you have the ability to do that. And the markets have treated you well. But really, we have no control of the markets. I mean, I'm going to say something surprising. I cannot control the markets. I know that sounds, wow, that's a real shortcoming, Corser. No, it isn't. Nobody can control the markets. But what we can help you control is the amount of income your life savings will produce for you. And that also includes Social Security and pensions. So here's a nugget. The key to solving the longevity risk is to have an income plan in writing that will show you where all the money's coming in on a monthly basis to pay your bills, to have a little fun, to spoil your grandchildren, to help out your kids, to give to charity, whatever is important to you, that plan continues to work and is adaptable to some changes because things will change. But it's not dependent on, oh, I sure hope the market goes up 10% this year because that's what I need it to do. So longevity is the problem. What's the answer? Income planning. If this makes sense to you, give me a call, Ron Courser at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there, we'll reach out to you. An income plan, a good one, is really the key to your long-term success in living in retirement so that you don't run out of money, but more importantly, you always have the income to pay your bills and to do those other things that are important to you. I know my wife, Nancy, and I, even though we're still working, we have an income plan in place. And that income plan is not based on what the stock market does. That income plan is based on how we positioned our life savings in accounts that will give us pension-like cash flow day in, day out that won't run out and it's guaranteed. Now, people say, well, what do you do for your retirement plan? And I tell our clients what our plan is like. I'm not ashamed of it. I like it. We've been doing this for almost 30 years, and I know it's going to work. So if this is important to you, if knowing that you're going to be all right in retirement, isn't that important? Am I going to be all right? Because I hear that. I get that question all the time. Am I going to be all right? Ron, we want to know if we're going to be all right. So if you want to know if you're going to be all right, give us a call at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. That's 616-301-2581. Or go to our website again, www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you and help you and give you the answers you need to make some great financial decisions for you and your family. So I appreciate you tuning in today. Again, give me a call, Ron Courser at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. And my last piece of advice is go forth, buy a whole bunch of stuff you like to play with your grandchildren, and have a great Christmas. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.
Tune into Cornerstone Retirement Partners' full radio program, Your Course to Retirement. Visit cornerstone-rp.com for many valuable resources, including those mentioned on this show and other great episodes of Your Course to Retirement.
The content of this radio show is provided for informational purposes only and is not a solicitation or recommendation of any investment strategy. You are encouraged to seek investment, tax, or legal advice from an independent professional advisor.
Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group is solely an indication that the financial advisor has attended training provided by Ed Slott and Company, passed biannual examinations on material covered at conferences and in webinars, and met other membership requirements, and does not constitute an endorsement of any kind. Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group members pay a fee for the educational programs that allow them to be included in the Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group. Membership does not guarantee investment success. Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance or broker-dealer services.
Advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, a registered investment advisor.
Advisory clients are charged a quarterly fee for assets under management, while insurance products pay a commission, which may result in a conflict of interest regarding compensation.
Any investments and/or investment strategies mentioned involve risk, including the possible loss of principal. Any comments regarding safe and secure investments and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.